Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are continuing Nectarean ocean of the holy name. Yesterday we talked about chanting the holy name, 16 rounds, chanting in front of the Tulsi Devi. So now we cover the next topic, the inner attitude towards chanting. Taste for chanting comes from chanting. The sounds of material and spiritual worlds are completely different. Spiritual sound vibration is nectarian and eternal, whereas the sound of the material world is hackneyed and temporary. The sound of the holy name Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare gradually increases the enthusiasm of the chanter. Even after chanting Hare Krishna 24 hours a day, one will never feel tired, provided one chants purely. After pushing through one's conditional nature, which otherwise chokes down the fire of enthusiasm like stinking wet blankets, one attains a level which finally can be called spiritual, whereas the monotonous repetition of the material worlds soon leads to exhaustion. Once the some devotee asked once some devotees asked how they could increase their desire to chant. Srila Prabhupada answered, by performing Sankirtana, just like if a man drinks and if he drinks, then you become a drunkard. The example amused the audience. Drink more and you become a drunkard. Similarly, chant more and you become a perfect chanter. This is the lecture from by Srila Prabhupada in 11.275. Weeding in the garden of chanting. While the neophyte chant the holy name of the Lord to cultivate the creeper of devotional service, Bhakti Lata, weeds must also start to grow. They are classified as follows. First one, Nishiddhachara, actions that are prohibited in the Shastras, scriptures, and which must be strictly avoided by a person who wants to attain perfection. Second, Kuti, Kutinati, diplomacy and duplicity, like the propensity to find the pulse or to pretend to be an important devotee. This behavior satisfies neither the body nor the mind or the soul. Jiva Himsa, killing animals, but also envying other living entities. Srila Prabhupada renders an additional meaning. The word Jiva Himsa actually means stopping the preaching of Krishna consciousness. Preaching work is described as a para upakara, welfare activity for others. Those who are ignorant of the benefits of devotional service must be educated by preaching. If one stops preaching and simply sits down in a solitary place, he is engaging in material activity. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya chapter 12, verse 1, chapter 12, 135 page. Labha, the desire for material gain. Fifth one is a puja, striving for popularity and admiration. Sixth, pratishtha, the desire to become an important person in the material world. The other material desires as well, as Srila Prabhupada explains, a neophyte devotee is certain to be attacked by other material desire as well, women and money. In this way, the heart is again filled with dirty things and become harder and harder. Like that of a materialist, gradually one desires to become a reputed devotee or an avatara incarnation. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 12.135. By summarizing the six weeds in the garden of life, Srila Prabhupada explains how to distinguish those weeds from the Bhakti Lata. These unwanted creepers simply present obstacles for the real creeper, the Bhakti Lata. One should be very careful to avoid all these unwanted things. Sometimes these unwanted creepers look exactly like Bhakti Lata creeper. They appear to be of the same size, same species when they are packed together with the Bhakti Lata creeper. But in spite of this, the creepers are called Upashaka weed. A pure devotee can distinguish between the Bhaktilata creeper and mundane creeper, and he is very alert to distinguish them and keep them separate. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya chapter 19, 159. Chanting in humility. As mentioned above, the most essential is a proper attitude towards the chanting of the holy name. To chant the holy name always, one should be humbler than the grass in the street, devoid of all the desire for personal honor, but one should offer others all respectable obeisances. A devotee engaged in chanting the holy name of the Lord should practice forbearance like that of a tree. Even if rebuked or chastised, he should not say anything to others to retaliate. For even if one cuts a tree, if it never protects, nor even if it is drying up and dying, does it ask anyone for water? One who thinks himself lower than the grass, who is more tolerant than a tree, and who does not expect personal honor, yet is always prepared to give all respect to others, can very easily always chant the holy name of the Lord. Raising my hands, I declare, everyone, please listen to me. String this verse on the thread of the holy name and wear it on your neck for continuous remembrance. One must strictly follow the principles given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this verse. If one simply follows in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya and the Goswamis, certainly he will achieve the ultimate goal of life, the lotus feet of Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 17.26 to 28 and 31 to 33. In the purport to the above verse 32, Srila Prabhupada explains, when chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in the beginning one may commit many offenses, which are called Namabhasa and Namaparada. In this stage, there is no possibility of achieving perfect love of Krishna by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Therefore, one must chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra according to the principles of the above verse. Chanting is very simple, but has to be practiced seriously and humbly. Therefore, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami, advises everyone to keep the Trinadabi verse always strung around the neck. Humility is the most essential attitude for proper chanting. If one chants like an arrogant fool or full of lust, there is no way actually hear the holy name. Chanting with respect and veneration. Devotees of personality of Godhead know that Sri Krishna, the son of the king of Vraja, is the absolute truth. They do not discriminate between the Sri Krishna's name, form, and past tense. One who separates the Lord's absolute name, form, and qualities must be understood to be lacking in absolute knowledge. A pure devotee knows that when he chants the transcendental name Krishna, Sri Krishna is present as the transcendental sound. He therefore chants with full respect and veneration. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 2.11. While sitting down for chanting, we should be aware that we receive Krishna first on our tongue and then in our heart. We should behave accordingly. This results in the practical attitude because if one respects and venerates a person, he naturally wants to serve him. Therefore, the Japamala should never be put on the floor nor taken to a dirty place like a toilet. I think we can summarize here. So, today's topic is the how is our inner attitude should be towards the chanting. So, and as Prabhupada mentioned, as one become drunkard by drinking more and more, one should, one should chant more and more so that he can become a perfect chanter. And also we talked about it mentioned about the weeds in the chant in the garden of the chanting. How do we keep the bhaktilata and mundane creeper separate? How do we identify and what are the different weeds? Our actions, we should not do any actions forbidden, and our propensity to find the pals, killing animals. I think the one important thing he says, Jiva Himsa actually means stopping the preaching of Krishna consciousness. Preaching work is described as a paru upakara. So if we are not, concerned about others' life, other entities, living entities' life, that is a Jiva Himsa, and doing for Labha, Puja, Pratishtha, these are all the six weeds of the six weeds in the garden of life, Bhaktilata. So we should be able to distinguish Bhaktilata creeper with a Mandana creeper, and we should only water the real Bhaktilata so that we can advance in the chanting. And I think every chapter doesn't go, without being mentioned few times of humility. So I think more and more, we read different pages of the book or previous books. Humility is the important quality one should develop, and especially as Maharaja put it nicely, we have to use this Trinadapi verse string this verse on the thread of the holy name and wear it on your neck for continuous remembrance. So one should be humbler than grass in the street. We should divide off all the desire for personal honor. One should offer all respectable obeisances to all the devotees. So then, once we engage in the chanting in this mode, Krishna will appear, and that is the right way to chant. And also chanting with respect, and veneration, and there should no difference between name and form and qualities of the holy name. And and obviously, as all we know, chanting, we should not keep the japa mala anywhere we want. We should be keeping, protecting it and only keeping in the nice places, not to take to the filthy places or other places which are dirty. With that, we can